If you're dealing with high blood pressure on a regular basis, you might find that the type of bread you eat can influence how your body responds on a day-to-day basis. Certain breads are loaded with sodium or salt, which can significantly increase your risks of high blood pressure and heart disease. Other breads are richer in fibre, which has the opposite effect and can be beneficial for your heart health. But what are the types of bread you should eat and the ones you should avoid? Don't go anywhere and keep watching. In this video, we're about to share the 3 best and worst breads for heart health. But before we get started, can you do us a favour and like this video? Ring the bell for future notifications and make sure you subscribe to Heart Disease Code for more help managing your blood health. And stick around to find out how you can get 2 free gifts. And now let's take a look at the 3 worst breads for heart health, starting with number 3, bagels. Bagels are a popular breakfast or lunch option. However, they come with downsides for your heart health. A typical bagel is made of refined wheat flour, salt and water, yeast, and go through a frying process, which means it's high in carbs and saturated fat. It has been found that a diet rich in sodium and saturated fat can significantly increase the risks of heart disease. A study observed that eating carbohydrates high in saturated fat, like bagels, can increase triglycerides, LDL cholesterol, and overall risks of cardiovascular heart disease. So if you want to keep your heart healthy, it's best to avoid bagels and eat bread less rich in saturated fat. Number 2, white bread. White bread may be one of the most common form of bread, but it's also one of the less healthy options for your heart. White bread can be categorized as a simple carbohydrate and contain a high amount of sodium and refined starch. A recent study published in 2021 followed 137,130 participants in 21 countries over 16 years and found that eating up to 7 servings of refined starch per day was associated with 27% greater risk for early death, 33% greater risk for heart disease, and 47% greater risk for stroke. In short, limit your consumption of refined carbs like white bread as much as possible to keep your heart healthy. Number 1, brioche bread. Brioche bread may be the worst bread for heart health. Brioche bread includes milk bread, burger buns, croissants, and any other pastries filled with butter. This type of bread requires a large amount of dairy, saturated fat, refined white flour, and sugar, and as you can imagine, it is less than ideal for your heart's health. Many studies have linked these components with high levels of LDL cholesterol, triglycerides, blood glucose, and risks of heart diseases. Overall, it's best to avoid eating brioche-style bread on a regular basis to keep your blood lipids in check and limit the health decline of your heart. So those are the 3 types of bread you should stay clear of. But if you absolutely love bread, what can you eat instead? Well, we're about to share the 3 best breads for heart health. But before we do, are you ready for 2 free gifts? Find out everything you need to know to prevent heart disease with our free ebook, The Surprising Truth About Fat and Cholesterol. Plus, get exclusive insights from some of the world's leading medical and nutritional professionals by watching the first episode of The Untold Story of Heart Disease. Both gifts can be grabbed simply by clicking the link in the description below. So go and claim them for free. And now let's take a look at the 3 best bread for heart health, with number 3, whole grain bread. Whole grain style breads are commonly made of cereals, corn, barley, millet, or wheat, and unlike refined bread, whole grain implies that the grain it contains is used in its entire form and includes fibers, minerals, and antioxidants. Research has found that eating whole grain bread regularly can help regulate blood pressure and decrease the risks of heart disease. A review of 45 studies observed that increasing whole grain intake for 90 days by 3 servings per day, including whole grain bread, reduced the risks of stroke, diabetes, heart disease, and mortality. So go ahead and add more whole grain bread to your diet. Number 2, rye bread. Compared to other bread we have seen so far, rye bread has a dark colour, an earthy taste, and is made of rye grain, which is rich in soluble fibres, whole starch carbohydrates, and vitamin B. Great for heart health. In a study, participants were asked to swap 20% of their daily calories for rye bread. After 8 weeks, researchers observed that rye bread reduced LDL cholesterol levels by 14%. LDL cholesterol is one of the most prevalent markers influencing stroke and heart disease. Researchers point out that the high fibre in rye bread can be the influencing factor that keeps your heart healthy. So give rye bread a try and add it to your diet to keep your heart healthy. Number 1. Multigrain bread. Multigrain bread might be the best type of bread to eat for your heart's health. Multigrain breads are made with whole grain flour as well as a variety of grains such as wheat, barley, chia seeds, flax seeds or spelt, which are sprouted and used in their whole form during the baking process. This type of bread is therefore richer in fibre, protein and antioxidants than carbohydrates, and that is a good thing for your heart. Studies have found that a diet rich in antioxidants and fibre can significantly reduce oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is a marker that influences the risks of chronic diseases, including heart disease. Overall, bread rich in grains like multigrain breads are ideal if you want to keep your heart healthy. And there you have it, the 3 best and worst breads for heart health. And now we want to hear from you. Which bread are you going to eat less of, and which bread are you going to eat more of? Share your thoughts with the Heart Disease Code community in the comments. And before you leave, make sure to claim your free gifts by clicking the link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to our Heart Disease Code channel. And hit that bell button for more help managing your blood health. Thanks for watching.